Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's. This is our second official, second live stream of today. Our first live stream of the day before we go flying. My attitude this morning was not very positive, and I want when we fly for people to have a positive experience while they're here. And that wasn't a very positive flight. So, I am doing this as a redo from today's flight. We're going to do the VOR to VOR again. And we'll go over all the stuff again before we take off. And we'll wrap it up. Okay? Hello, Chris. How are you? Nice to see you here. So, yeah. Even though it went basically according to plan, my behavior, my attitude was not quality stuff. So, there we go. So let's give this another go.
Marty Tower, Cuba at 337 ready at runway 24 departure to the west.
Oops. I cut him off a little early. 3015. So let's get our altimeter updated. Alright, and let's get rid of that. Let's make sure our... Okay, he's going to talk. Perfect. Alright, so... I'm doing much better, Chris. Thank you. So, we still have to dial in our code for our VOR station up near Key West, 113.5. I think all we had to do, we got to change this. And all we have to do is go there, hop down here, do the same thing. Oops. All right, and then we gotta dial in. Our course will be selected nav course 1, straight ahead. And then we're gonna go to heading 025. Make sure all our lights are on. We fly it also. Everything else should be set. Alright, just for prosperity's sake, let's go ahead and turn on our panel lights. Never know when we might be in a dark cloud. Alright, I just let me minimize this, get this out the way. Okay. So let's alright. We're all set. Alright, let's go. I think this morning what I did was I flew. I did not I didn't hit my time to climb marker basically before I turned. I turned a little early. Alright, go ahead and get airborne now. I think we're at So it's a pretty long runway, so we've got plenty of runway. So we're going to make sure we hit our time to climb, and then we'll turn towards Key West, Florida.
Havana tree 73, continue for west departure. Marty Tower, Cuba tree 73, continue for west departure.
And then once we turn, we'll... Alright, so now we're going to activate our next... I cannot get the right button there. Come on. Why am I descending? Holy crap. Like it just wanted to nose over. Okay, and then we want to tune into. Alright, so we're going to turn right.
Tower, Cuba tree 73, frequency change. Approach Cuba tree 73 is type Embraer EMB110P 4 miles southwest of Marty, 2,400 feet. Request flight following. Cuba tree 73 approach. Squawk 0235. Squawk 0235, Cuba tree 73.
Oh, hello, Bex.
Cuba tree 73,
Oh.
radar contact 4 miles west of
Well,
Marty, 2,800 feet.
I will
Altimeter 0.15.
tell you this, Bex. I do miss seeing you
Roger,
in the chat
Cuba tree
when I fly.
73.
It's nice to see you here. Welcome. So, no, I do like having you here. So it's nice to see you. So, no, this is a redo. This morning's flight, I know you guys have probably seen what I was talking about in the Discord. So I just had a bit of a... I just felt bad about how things went this morning. So here we are. We are going to refly this, and it's going much better than it did this morning. So... Hello, Sue. Welcome. Nice to see you here as well. Uh-oh. Chris, look at... You're getting ganged up on here. I feel bad for you. Not really. Oh, no worries. I'm happy to see you here. So... Quite the adventure you guys had yesterday evening in your intergalactic mining endeavors. But it looks like a fun game. I'm glad you guys are having a good time with it. Something different. Vex. Yeah. So, all right. So we're off on a good start now. Much better than earlier today. So what we're going to do, I'm kind of shaking things up next week because I was kind of, one of the bad things I have is I have time to think about stuff when I'm waiting for my appointments. So, next week, on Monday, we're going to fly a similar route. Did that get swapped in now? One should be hearing the... That should be it. Chris makes it stressy. Well, I think the fact that it's new, a new game to everybody, that adds a stress factor because there's things that are happening sometimes that you don't quite understand. But it seems like you have a person who is willing to answer questions and all that. So as I was saying earlier today, and I'll kind of reiterate it since we're redoing this anyway. So for those of you who don't know, I can chill when you're being moaned at. Yeah, that's true. Good point, Bex. So VOR is a omnidirectional radio navigation system, and I believe, if I understand the technology correctly, well, no, it wasn't so much that, although I think people don't quite understand what you know, basically the VOR puts out a Morse code, and it, as long as you hear that code, you know you're heading the right direction. Now, I can look down here and know that we're flying towards the VOR thing, the building, whatever you want to call it, but it's not transmitting yet, or I'm not hearing it yet. I should be hearing it, I think. But anyway, well, we're heading the right direction, so.
Contact Havana Center on 120.25. Good day. 120.25.
So anyway, it's technology.
Havana Center, Cubana 3373, 9,300 feet.
Cubana 3373 Havana, center altimeter 30.15. Continue as planned. Cubana 3373, contact approach on 120.3. Good day.
120.3 for Cubana 3373. Approach Cubana 3373, 9,500 feet.
Cubana 3373, approach altimeter 30.15, continue as planned. Cubana 3373, contact Havana Center on 120.25. Good day.
Going to 120.25.
We'll hear the beeping. So basically, hello, Mr. Addies.
3373, 9,700 feet.
Cubana 3373 Havana, center altimeter 30.15. Continue as planned.
So the technology, the radio technology, was developed, as far as I know, unless I've heard incorrectly, was developed by Pan Am Airlines during the China Clipper days. So they would, I don't know what that's supposed to do. So basically, it's a way for the airline to know where the aircraft is, and also for the pilot to know which way they need to be heading to go towards their airport that they're supposed to be going to. So that's what the intent is. Although it doesn't seem like if I hit this, it points behind, I think. Nope. Yeah, okay. So CDI again. I don't know why I'm not hearing the Marker sound. Okay. Interesting. Hello, Oliver. I didn't know either, but when I was kind of researching, I watched some videos on YouTube the other day to kind of understand a little bit more about what it does. And so basically that the code that we're supposed to be hearing is a let's see if I that's on. Interesting. So basically it's the 3-digit code or 3-letter code. So we're flying towards EYW. Now we should be hearing the Morse code for the letter E, the letter Y, and the letter W. And that's why, you know, back then most navigators and most, people on any kind of a radio system, it was all done in Morse code. So, like telegrams, they sent it and then the person had to write it out as as they were receiving the information. So, but I'm surprised. We should be hearing it. Why we're not, I don't know. I heard it this morning, and we were still... We'll leave them both on. But I gotta make sure I kind of stay on the track here. Or keep heading the right direction. So, anyway. No, I'm in a plane like this. We're not doing barrel rolls in a plane like this. If you want to see barrel rolls and such, you could look at my video from Saturday. I was in the F-14 Tomcat, so there's plenty of barrel rolls and inverted flying and whatnot. So no, not in a plane that is supposed to be a airline or passenger service. So no, that's not a request that I can be willing to fulfill. On Saturdays, if you want, come back, please do subscribe. They're YouTube tester, and you can see me fly a military jet. We'll do barrel rolls and fly inverted and all kinds of fun stuff. So kind of nosed over all of a sudden. Now I'm climbing way too fast. Okay, so we are essentially heading the right direction, but I'm curious to know why we're not hearing the sound of the... Now, maybe we have to get a little bit closer, I don't know. You know, questions like, can I see the interior of the plane or something like that? That's a reasonable question. Asking me to do a barrel roll in a plane like this is not a reasonable request. So, get a swig of water. My massage therapist says I need to drink more water. Well, she really dug into my shoulder muscles today. Oof. Felt good though. I know you put what plane you're flying. Oh, that's what it looks like. It's an older, it's no longer in production, but many countries still use it because it's pretty solid plane. I don't know, I kind of like it. It's a fun plane to fly. Once you know its little quirks or whatever, it's not half bad. That's close enough for government work. Oh, you're welcome, Bex. The fun Saturday makes some people lose. Yeah, that is true. And Bex might get a little woozy. Well, I don't think Bex likes it, especially if Bex has had her Subway sandwich. I don't think she wants to have that come back up after, you know, working all week to, you know, and that's her one nice thing for herself on a Saturday. So next week we're going to do a similar flight like this on Monday. So Monday and Wednesday we're going to do VOR flying. Tuesday and Thursday, yeah, exactly, that's a waste. Yeah, that's a waste of a Subway sandwich, isn't it? So we will. I wonder if it's supposed to be. I wonder if I need to tune it to turn OBS. And maybe I'll hear it. No, we're heading in the right direction. I know that. I lost my train of thought. Oh, so yeah, Mondays and Wednesdays we're going to do VOR. We're going to try this next week. See how we do it. See how it goes. So Mondays and Wednesdays we'll fly VOR to VOR, and then Tuesdays and Thursday, and then of course Friday we will be in jetliners, most likely on Friday, especially because most people want to see, you know, like a airliner service. So, but tomorrow is Thursday. Tomorrow we are going to fly in the A320 from Cleveland to Orlando, and then Friday is our viewer requested flight from Seoul, Korea, or from Tokyo to Seoul. I'm sorry. Tokyo to Seoul. And then Saturday we'll be in the Spitfire flying around the Fulda Gap.
337 tree contact Miami Center on 124.7. Good day.
Have a bit of a history tour
Going to
on
124.7
Saturday.
Cubana tree 37
And we'll
tree.
take the
Miami Center Cubana tree 37 tree 9,500 feet.
Cubana tree 37 tree Miami Center altimeter 30.18. Continue to Echo Yankee Whiskey as planned.
I thought I heard it. Yes, I didn't. So, yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to try that next week. Oh, and then after Saturday's Spitfire flight, we'll hop in the MD339, take off and head towards the Grand Canyon again for a bit of somewhat high speed turning and burning. No, it's not the fastest plane, but it'll do. And then Sunday's flight is Mexico City. Oh, Monday we are doing a VOR to VOR anyway. Oh, well, there we go. I'll have to look up the information on that, how the codes and
Cubana
all
tree
that fun
37
stuff.
tree contact Miami approach on 133.5. Good day.
So,
One
I'm
tree
glad
tree
this is
decimal
going
five for Cubana tree
much
37
better
tree.
than earlier today.
Miami approach Cubana tree 37 tree 9,000 feet.
Cubana tree 373 Miami approach altimeter
These are
30.18.
ones.
Continue to Echo Yankee Whiskey as planned.
Now let's see if we can nail the landing like we did earlier today. Hello, David. How are you? Sorry, I don't mean to disrespect you and not say hola in return. There's only one person in the world I say hola to. So... but hello. Alright, so we should start bleeding off a little bit more altitude, and we should need to start slowing down a bit. Let's go ahead and get some, because we aren't too far out from the oops. Let's turn on our landing lights. I think they are already on. Yep. I left them on. That's okay. All right, so Key West is right there. Basically, that land right there in front of us. So, all right, yeah, I just didn't hear the code thing. Well, that's all right. We know we're there. Now, for those of you who do not know, so all this information, this isn't anything that is like classified or you know, all this stuff is what real world pilots have access to. Now, if they're airline pilots, all that stuff is, you know, all that information is kept up to date by the airline that they fly for. If it's a private pilot, they have the obligation to ensure that their charts are up to date. Terra, I'm not sure what that means, David. I don't know, do you mean like... Hold on a second. Oh, no. I don't know what... I'm not sure what that word means. Oops, I am really getting off course here. So I apologize. Alright, so basically what we're going to do is we're going to fly. We'll see the runway to our right. Or not the runway. We'll kind of see the airport to our right as we come into where we're going to go near the VOR station. I guess you could call it. It's basically a building with this weird cone on top. That is the transmitter that sends out the radio signal 360 degrees. So we are on a radial of 025. There we go. I think that's what I needed to do. I forgot to put that other one in. So luckily it's pretty clear weather. We're not worried about missing our airport and whatnot. Although the runway we're going to land on is runway 27, which is the actual course would be runway 2. It's 273 degrees on the compass. As the crow flies, as they like to say. Or something along those lines. I was thinking about something. I can't remember what I was thinking about now. And we didn't pick up the... Interesting. Okay. That's all good. No worries whatsoever. Now, the other thing, too, is not every country has a VOR system there installed for pilots to use. So, it's not a worldwide sort of accepted navigation sort of thing. All right, so we're gonna go. We kind of need to aim towards the tip of the end of Key West, right about there. So we need to kind of keep that in focus, in line. And then, hello, Tammy. Welcome. And then what we're going to do is we're going to turn. We're going to make a slow kind of right turn. We're going to come back over our airport. And then we're going to go over the water. We're going to make a couple left turns, and then we're lined up for our landing. So the fun part is coming up, the part that everybody usually likes to see, the landing part. Now, also, we don't have any visual cues necessarily. So this is where the homework comes in to play. So usually if I'm thinking about a flight, what I like to do is I like to get a look at the airport, get a look around, just to get some kind of idea of what the area looks like. I can look at the charts, outside view. There you go. And then kind of get an idea. Okay. I'll give you another outside view. I promise you, once I land, I love taxiing from the outside. It's the easiest way to do it for me. So you will get a much longer view out there, I can assure you. So, I lost my train of thought now. Oh, so yeah, basically what I'd like to have you arrived yet. No, not yet. We're almost there. We still got a little bit to go. We will be there soon, I can assure you. So I like to kind of do my planning ahead of time, get an idea of what I'm getting ready to do. You know, like the day before, I might try, check it out just so that I know basically what I'm, what is it going to kind of look like, that sort of thing. So, and that's all, real world pilots, if they fly a route, they know, they already know those visual cues that they can look for, or if the weather is not good, they know basically, they have a picture in their mind of how everything is supposed to go. So, but luckily it's not overcast. We are flying with the live weather, so it might very well be clear here right now. So, no, we will be landing pretty soon. I just want to keep an eye on the altitude and get a little bit more flap down. Right, our airport is right there. See it right where the dot is. That's our airport. So we're gonna fly a little bit longer. Okay, now we can start turning.
Key West Tower, Cuba, tree 73.
There we go.
Northwest 2,300 feet with echo to land.
The co-pilot did his job.
Havana, tree
Thank you,
73,
co-pilot.
Key West Tower. Altimeter tree,
Sure.
0.18 wind 096 at 17. Enter left traffic, runway 27.
Now, normally what would happen
left traffic,
is
runway
a
27,
pattern
manage
entry
337
point would pop up somewhere over here, and then we would fly it, and then our runway that we're coming in on is basically right there. So, but we're not going to do that. We're going to make our own left pattern. We're just going to fly kind of by the seat of our pants, sort of. I think we got... So we can get our full flaps down, so we're slowing the plane down. Go and get the gear down so I don't forget. Maybe a little bit early, but that's okay. Alright, so basically, as we fly along here, there's our airport right here in front of us. We're going to fly over the airport just so that we have a visual. But our runway is right there. The end of runway 27, or the beginning of it, however you want to look at it, is right there. So there's our target right there. See? Now it helps if you can see the number so you can verify which one you're going to be landing on. But I know for a fact that is runway 27 right there. We're just going to come out here over the water. And we're just going to slowly making our way. Essentially what I want to do is try to come in, I want to be lined up right about there, so we're just going to make our way there. Need to watch my altitude. Alright. Well, thank you all for the 7 likes. Do appreciate everybody coming in today for this redo. It's gone much better than the flight I did before the sun was even up this morning.
Havana 3373 wind 0906 at 17. Cleared to land runway 27.
Cleared to land runway 27 Cubana 3373.
Oh, I gotta keep my nose up just a bit so we don't feel like I'm losing. I'm not keeping an eye on my altimeter. I need to keep it at about, if I keep it at about 1100 feet, I think I'm good. Now, typically we should be coming in at 1500 feet. That's the minimum, or that's the altitude you should be at on approach for this airport. But since I'm kind of hand flying this right now, it's very difficult to maintain the altitude while I'm turning. And so that is there's like 3 airports near here. I think that's a naval air station there, Key West Naval Air Station. Never made it to Key West, I don't believe. I have to go visit the area sometime. I'm sure there's plenty of interesting scenery. Alright. We're just going to fly straight here just for a second. Then we'll turn and line up. All the flaps are down. A little bit longer. This area is really prone to hurricanes and other massive rainstorms. Very easy to flood. It's at the runway is at 3 feet above sea level, so imagine any serious amount of rain would shut this little airport down until they could drain it. All right, there we go. That's about as perfect as it's going to get. Need to really... Boy, the winds this morning seem to be a lot worse than they are right now. Unless they're coming from behind me. Hovered above the runway just a little bit longer.
Havana 3373. Turn next taxiway.
Well, there we are. On behalf of myself and First Officer Chris, welcome to Key West, Florida. Local time is 2 minutes after 1 in the afternoon. We know...
Havana 3373. Contact ground on 121.9er.
Alright, now I gotta do this.
121.9er for Cubana 373. Key West ground Cubana 373.
I kinda already know where the parking is.
Cubana 373 taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Charlie Alpha Alpha 10.
Oops.
Taxiing to general aviation parking
Oh,
via
thank you,
taxiway
Bex.
Charlie Alpha Alpha 10 Cubana 373.
Oh, let's get the flaps up. There we go. Alright, now we can hang out outside here. So, as I was saying, on behalf of myself and the entire flight crew, including First Officer, you landed that with Chris in there? I did. He was the first one in the chat, so he got to be First Officer for today. We know, we understand, we appreciate the fact that you have many options. You have a plethora of options when it comes to your Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream viewing pleasures. And we are happy that you chose to fly with us today. Thank you, Sue. Do tune in tomorrow. We will be in the A320. For those of you who are looking for some jetliner action, we'll be back at it tomorrow in the A320. We will be flying from Cleveland to Orlando in the lovely American Airlines liveried A320 Neo. We'll have our so yeah, should be a good flight. Knock on wood. Hopefully no issues with the arrival and approach phase of the flight. So there we go. Put all the lights on. Not that we need them. It is daytime, but I always like a well-lit aircraft. Nothing wrong with having all the lights on, even during daytime. So there it is. I do like this little plane. It's flies much better than I expected it to. Fairly easy to get to terms with. So there we are. Huh, interesting sounds. So for you new viewers, if you have not already done so, please do subscribe. If you enjoy what you watched, we do try to fly 7 days a week. So do return. This is the main course on the channel, Flight Simulator. So our parking spot is right where you see all those folks gathered around. Now, when I tried this flight this morning, one of the ground crew just walked right in front of my aircraft as I was taxiing in. He would have been shredded to bits. He didn't even move. As I got closer, you figured he would have turned around and, or, you know. So sometimes the behavior of the ground crew is not very doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't know if it's a gas truck or a fire truck. It's like a gas truck. Oops. Stopped a little short there. Parking brake should be on. Yes, it is. Let's shut the engines down. Now, sadly, I cannot open all the doors. I don't know, can I? Let's see if I can request ground services. What's the ground services? Fuel supply and power supply. I can't even request any kind of a steps or whatever. I guess the back door opens and there's a step built into the doorway there. I don't know. Alright, let's go ahead and complete the flight. Turn off the battery. Of course, my batteries are low now, right after we land. That's awesome. Perfect timing. Well, there it is, folks. VOR to VOR flying. Not difficult. It sounds difficult. If you overthink it, it can be difficult. But once you know what to do and how to do it, it's not that bad. Anyway, that is really going to be it for today. A for sure this time. I promise. I will see you all tomorrow in the A320, 6:30 in the morning, 11:30 UK time. Adjust your times accordingly. If you want to come in and hang out in the stream, you're more than welcome to. I will see you all then. Do enjoy the rest of your Wednesday afternoon, evening, early Thursday morning, if possible. Depending on where you are in the world, I will see you tomorrow. Peace, live long and prosper.